Real quick, before I get into the video, I just want to like check in with my subscribers and I want to see how you're doing. So like right now, like I want you to comment the number of the Jessica Yaniv that you are currently today. Currently, right now, I am number 4 actually. You know, I'm just like really feeling myself today. I'm having a decent day. My boyfriend's gonna come home with some weed in a couple hours after his video, so I'm gonna get fucking stoned. So yeah, so like comment down below which number of Jessica Yaniv you are. Hi bitches, what's good? It's Janae and I'm back with another video. In today's video, I wanted to discuss something that like Blaire White has recently talked about, and the fact is that Jessica Yaniv is still causing problems. And in fact, she actually got SRS. She got sexual reassignment surgery. She got a whole ass fucking pussy. And she was posting this shit on fucking like Instagram. Like that shit's like, what the fuck? Not Instagram, my bad. She was posting that shit on Twitter, which is insane and disgusting. And like, it's actually really nasty. Like you can go look at it yourself, but I wouldn't. I actually did it myself. It is disgusting. There's blood in a toilet and in a bed. It is disgusting. This is actually like a really good depiction of what it actually looks like. So yeah, if you want to go find it, like go find it at your own risk, okay? So as we see right here, Blaire White actually posted a article and a YouTube video, as she typically does. She typically couples her YouTube videos with a post-millennial article. If you didn't know, she is in fact a writer for the post-millennial, which is kind of crazy to me. I'm like, how did this bitch get that like down? So anyways, she did pose a question in this video. She said, why is nothing being done about Jessica Yaniv? Which is a decent question. She's saying like, okay, we clearly see that this person is a public nuisance. They're harassing people. They are messaging minors online. They're posting sexually explicit shit on Twitter for people to see. They like added someone and like we're asking questions. Like that's an invasion of privacy. No one wants to see your shit. So yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and address a couple things in this video and hopefully provide an answer as to what can be done. Let's get right into the shit.
Yes, I regret to inform you that Jessica Yaniv is back and making headlines once again. She is making a comeback.
I forgot to say earlier, and I am actually dropping a lo-fi EP. It's a lo-fi rap EP. It's really dope. I've never done a sound like this, and it came out really well. It's honestly, it's really chill, good vibes. Like it'll transform you into like a new place. Like it's not like anything that I've made before. Anyways, that is coming out this Friday. So this Friday, today's Monday, and I'm putting this video out. It will come out on Friday. Stay to the end of this video because I will be dropping like a little teaser, like just a little preview of the shit. So you can see that and see if you like it. Anyways, getting right into this content. Here is my first problem that I have. Like, Blaire, girl, like we get it. Like we know Jessica Yaniv is bad. Ain't nobody looking at us. Ain't nobody looking at us like her. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make any sense to disrespect her and call her a fucking oh she question mark. Like, come on, you're trying to push your fucking like narrative. You're trying to push your agenda. You know that your conservative ass fan base is like getting fucking wet when they're like, she's not a she. You know what I mean? Like, come on. Like, all right, like we need to be respectful. You said later on in this video that child diddlers don't get fucking rights or whatever. It's not about rights. It's about respect. It's about like, you know what I mean? There's nothing that can make it so that like you should be misgendered. It doesn't matter what you do. That's like if a black person was a child diddler, what are you gonna call them? The hard ER and N-word? Like, no, you're not. Like, that's still racist. It's still transphobic. It doesn't matter like who the target is.
Diddler, that's the most important thing you need to know, is a diddler is a predator towards children and towards women and uses the trans status to completely escape any and all consequences. It has been harming people for about 1.5 years now with literally no consequences at all because they're trans.
Man, this shit really makes me angry. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, Blaire, we can fucking have this conversation. We can call out Jessica Yaniv without making it fucking political. We can do this without making it about a fucking trans thing. Like, you literally sound like a TERF or a transphobe talking about, like, oh, they get away with this because they're trans and they use the trans identity to diddle kids and they're a danger to women and fucking children. Like, are you serious? You are just repeating the same talking points. You need to understand how damaging, like, the way you're saying this shit is. Yeah, Jessica Yaniv is a terrible fucking person, but trans and Jessica Yaniv don't, like, relate. Like, it doesn't have anything to do with each other. Like, the fact that she's a fucking pedo, the fact that she's a rapist, a fucking predator, whatever it is she is, a diddler, like, that has nothing to do with her transgender identity. That's like literally as bad as, like, I already used this example, but that's like fucking like saying like, oh man, like this person is a diddler and they're saying that they're not because of their race or some shit. Like, what the fuck? Like, you need to understand how damaging this is, because you're saying that, like, yeah, like, this isn't all trans people, she's trying to use this trans label. That's not what cis people hear. What cis people are gonna take from this is trans people are using the trans label to fucking be predators, and trans people are a danger to people. You gotta understand the way cis people see this, okay? Fucking change your language. You don't gotta always pander to this bullshit ass audience you have.
To not put away. Even if it's not gonna be prison, like, are there not psych wards on deck in this area? Like, I'm so confused, because the craziest thing is we've seen Yaniv like attack reporters physically. 911 called. I did a live stream with Yaniv in which 911 was called immediately after, and she was actually detained for having a taser on the live stream. So, and she's not living in some grand city. So the police and fire departments and the local city government must know everything about this person. And yet nothing has been done. Like, how?
So here, Blaire actually brings up a decent point. Like, this person has been causing trouble. Why have they not been put away somewhere? And I want to kind of respond to this and, like, explain, like, what the fuck is going on here. So she mentioned how she was caught on video assaulting a reporter. That did happen. I actually covered that, like, a year ago, and I covered both ends of it, how the reporter was harassing her, but then the way she responded also was not okay. And the fact that the taser on the live stream with Blaire White and Jessica Yaniv. So these two things, these are minor charges. You got to understand the way the court system works, especially if you do not have a lot of charges, you haven't committed a lot of crimes, you're not going to get a whole lot. You know what I mean? These two charges, you're not going to have any time. You're not going to get time with this shit. You might get on probation, you might get community service, whatever it may be, but you're not going to get time. Abusing 911 services and emergency services is actually the most serious thing that she's done. I don't exactly know, like, what that charge would carry, but what I do know is that, honestly, like, if you're abusing 911, like, you keep calling them and shit, it's gonna be, like, a warning, and then, like, you are gonna maybe be arrested or taken to court or whatever, but at the end of the day, it's gonna be more minor unless it continues to persist. One thing that people don't really know is that first-time offenders, like, most crimes that you commit, you're gonna get a slap on the wrist. If you're the first time, even first couple of times, it's multiple time offenders that something's gonna happen, and people are gonna say, well, she keeps offending, like, why is something not happened to her? And here's the thing, is that her crimes are all, like, petty low-level crimes, like assaults and, like, harassment. Bullshit like this happens every single day, and it happens so many times a day, and most of the time when it happens, it, like, goes unreported. So, like, if you're a police unit in a city and you're more concerned with, like people who are actually getting raped, people who are being, like, abused, like a boyfriend or a parent who's, like, literally beating the shit out of someone, like that, you know, they're more concerned with drugs, gangs, violence, any type of things like this. These are more important. Like a domestic dispute, let's say you get in a domestic dispute, you know how this shit goes. The cops are gonna come, and most of the time they're gonna leave. Sometimes they arrest someone, but if they arrest someone, that person's gonna bond out within, like, a week or less, or, like, maybe not, but even if they, like, do go through court and everything, they're not gonna have a large charge. And that's the thing, is that assaults, unless if it's, like, a serious assault, or it's, like, depending on, like, certain circumstances, it's not gonna be that crazy. And as far as, like, all of the, like, sexual predator ass shit that she's been on, like, it seems like this person, although looks fucking stupid, is smart enough to toe that line, to toe the line of barely legal but also still legal. Most of their activities have been done online. They did try to have some like topless swimsuit party, but once again they tried to get approved by the state or whatever, they official documents, right? So this person seems to understand the law and they're not trying to break that law, but they're definitely doing some predator ass shit. So I don't know what the regulations for like online harassment, like sexual, to actually charge this person as a predator, but it seems like they're smart enough to avoid that. So yeah, so that kind of answers it. We can't do a whole lot, and this is happening in Canada. Honestly, if this person lived in America, something would happen, and it wouldn't be the police. Somebody would beat the living dog shit out of they would beat the brakes off of Jessica Yaniv. If this was America, people in America don't stand for that shit, and people in America don't give a fuck. Like, we'll put hands on you, like, you know what I mean? Anyways, that's all I have for today's video. Stay tuned right now, because I'm gonna have a little preview for my lo-fi EP album that's coming out this Friday. Today is Monday, I'm dropping this video. This Friday is coming out the lo-fi EP album. Anyways, peace out, bitches. Have a good one.
We gon' be just fine. I'ma drop that shit when it comes my time. Yeah, you know, I'ma be patient. Yeah, I know. No, I don't know. I don't know. Why the fuck you fold? Yeah, you told, but I'm bored. I don't know. Gotta make it out. I know how. I come down off these drugs. Bitch, I grew up with all the motherfucking thugs taking drugs. Got a gun, keep it tucked. It get up, get no fucks. We get up, we get up, we get up. Cops me, do me dirty. Why they wanna hurt me? I've been feeling bad, yeah. I've been feeling dirty. I've been feeling dirty.